When oil was discovered in Nigeria in the late 50s, the nation woke up to a huge source of income. Suddenly, the country became a major oil-producing country in Africa, ranking 7th in the world. But this blessing came with a major challenge, as Nigeria also acquired the reputation of being one of the worst gas-flaring nations in the world. The solution was Nigeria LNG Limited, NLNG, currently Nigeria's sole exporter of liquefied natural gas. The project was not only to drastically reduce gas flaring, but also earn valuable foreign exchange revenue for Nigeria and diversify the nation's revenue base. By November 1995, Nigeria LNG's 4 shareholders reached a final investment decision to build a liquefied natural gas plant on Bonny Island, Rivers State. The combined yearly output of the 6 trains currently amounts to 22 million tons of LNG, about 7% of the world's liquefied natural gas supply.
We provide a very profitable outlet to monetize gas. We use that gas to make LNG, we export LNG, and therefore we create a lot of value. And that value accrues to the nation.
If you do every other thing well, if you don't have gas, it doesn't amount to much. And when we go around to meet buyers, they tell us this, that initially when they wanted to contract, people were saying to them, why do you want to contract from Nigeria, that they will never perform? But that today, we've turned out to be one of the most reliable suppliers they have.
Today, Nigeria LNG Limited, through its wholly owned subsidiary Bonny Gas Transport (BGT), owns, manages and operates the largest marine fleet in Nigeria. 23 vessels crisscrossing the globe, safely and reliably delivering LNG to customers in Europe, America, and more recently, Asia. And that is not all. Just recently, Nigeria LNG engaged the services of 2 of the world's leading technology and manufacturing firms, Hyundai and Samsung, to build 6 new ships at a cost of $1.6 billion for the company.
4 ships were acquired in 1989. The LNG Lagos, the LNG Port Harcourt, the LNG Bonny, and the LNG Finima. And because these ships have actually served this company and they have reached an old age, we needed to retire them. And that eventually led us to a decision with which we now decided to replace those ships with 6 new ones. These new ships will take this company into the next decade, or what I call the next 20 years, in our quest to continue to be at that forefront of efficient delivery of cargo and continue to be the best in the industry as we have been known today.
Part of the Nigerian content strategy in this shipbuilding program includes the training of more than 500 young Nigerian technicians, both in Nigeria and in South Korea, as well as opportunities for several Nigerian companies to export their products for use in the construction of the ships. At the heart of all operations in this organization is a firm commitment to help build a better Nigeria. One shining example of that commitment has been the conscious effort to build indigenous capacity and to transfer technical and operational knowledge to Nigerians. Nigeria LNG currently boasts a fully indigenous senior management team and a workforce that is 98% Nigerian.
Since 1999, when the business took off, when the company took off as an LNG company, we didn't have that experience in our country. So we brought in the right people from all over the world, and they coached our people. They also trained our people on the job.
The organization has demonstrated full commitment to the Nigerian Content Act by ensuring that Nigerian companies are constantly being discovered, engaged, and developed to provide goods and services for Nigeria LNG and other organizations within the oil and gas industry. Some of the companies that were discovered by Nigeria LNG years ago are global players today. In 2007, when refineries in the country became challenged and cooking gas prices skyrocketed, Nigeria LNG stepped in and committed to delivering 150,000 tons of LPG to the local market annually. In 2013, that figure was increased to 250,000 tons. To date, the scheme has been a resounding success and has also led to relative domestic market stability and a significant reduction in the end-user price of cooking gas. The provision of roads, pipe-borne water, hospitals, schools, scholarships at various educational levels within and outside the country, and uninterrupted power supply to its primary host community is proof that Nigeria LNG Limited firmly believes in caring, which is one of the company's core values, alongside integrity, teamwork, and excellence. Nigeria LNG has also initiated several multi-million-dollar corporate social responsibility initiatives beyond its host and pipeline communities. One such initiative, which has had far-reaching impact even beyond the shores of Nigeria, is the institution of Africa's most prestigious prizes, the Nigeria Prize for Science and the Nigeria Prize for Literature.
To some extent, Nigeria LNG could be, in the corporate world, synonymous also with education. And in fact, at this time, we are getting the British Council to work with us in collaboration. So what they do is search for the best of universities in their climb and then conduct exams so that it's entirely transparent. At the end of the day, they come with a list of those who are successful and they actually place them in those universities and then we pay.
Nigeria LNG also recently announced a university support program worth about 2 billion naira for the establishment of well-equipped modern engineering laboratories in 6 selected universities across the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria to support teaching and research. The universities of Ibadan, Port Harcourt, Ilorin and Maiduguri, as well as Ahmadu Bello University and the University of Nigeria Nsukka, was selected from their various geopolitical zones. A true success story, Nigeria LNG has delivered to the nation dividends in excess of $20 billion and currently stands tall as the highest taxpayer not just in Nigeria but Sub-Saharan Africa, contributing some 4% to Nigeria's gross domestic product, and since 1999 when production commenced, over 4 trillion cubic feet of associated gas that would have been flared have been converted to substantial revenue. Nigeria LNG Limited only recently celebrated a landmark achievement in its 14-year history, the successful delivery of Nigeria's milestone 3,000th LNG cargo. The company is now seen as an inspirational business module and a symbol of excellence within and outside the country. And thanks to sound management as well as the dedicated men and women who have worked hard to make it a world-class company, the future looks even brighter.
There's hardly any big port where you have gasification facilities that you not see a vessel with the logo of and the blazing name of NLNG. And all one needs to do is ask, where are these ships from? And you hear Nigeria. We are not only showing the world, but also showing ourselves as Nigerians what we can do, given the right environment, the right mindset, the right capabilities, etc.
The history is that we've been a great company. Now the challenge is that we have to even be a greater company going into the future. Very importantly for us is that we must grow, and that growth is in our Train 7, which will allow us to add 40% additional volumes. And what that volumes will do for us is to increase not only just our contribution in the LNG world, but enables us to even deliver more value to Nigeria and even be a much better success story in the future. I'm optimistic, I'm confident that we will deliver that and build on all the successes of the past.
The growth and expansion naturally equals greater opportunities and revenues for the nation, bearing out the company's vision to be a global company helping to build a better Nigeria.